If this is the first time you're listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show, please remember to subscribe and click on the like button. Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and today I am so incredibly excited. I have a very incredible lady that's going to be telling you some really secret tips on the missing link that keeps entrepreneurs overwhelmed. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, just in case you don't know who I am. I'm Luci McMonagle. I am the Mystic Wealth Creator, and I mentor mystic entrepreneurs to create more freedom in their business through conscious wealth creation so that they can have a big impact in the world and leave a legacy. So if you're truly looking at developing your spiritual gifts and bridging those with practical tools and skills so that you can bring your business to at least multiple six figures, then give me a call and let me know that you are ready to tap into your true soul essence and your true powers. So today, let's talk about our fabulous guest, who is Kay Sanders. And Kay is an intuitive business coach, best-selling author, and the creator of Possibilities. Let me tell you, she is amazing, and she helps conscious entrepreneurs find that missing link to create momentum in their business and reignite their manifesting mojo. So, Kay, I'm going to welcome you to the Wealthy Wednesday show, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit more on how did you become an intuitive business coach and igniting people's mojo?
Well, first of all, thank you, Lucy, for having me. I really appreciate that. And now to go back to your question, I mean, I became the intuitive business coach because about a year ago, or a little over a year ago, I was hit by my coach telling me, "Did you ever think about that? Maybe you're an empath?" And I'm like, "What?" I had no idea what she was talking about, and I did the research, and that's when everything just kind of like started to fall in place. When I developed my spiritual gifts, I got in tune with my soul, finding my purpose. I mean, I've been doing the whole business coaching for about close to 3 years now. But then last year, or like over a year ago, and that's when I realized that, it's really the mindset that keeps a lot of entrepreneurs back, because that's also was my biggest challenge, was where I needed to become who I needed to become in order to become successful, because I was focusing all my attention on the doing part, the marketing and everything, but nothing really was working. And then when I found out that I'm an empath, and I really dove deep into the person development, in the person development, the spiritual side, and really developing my own gifts, learning like what I am here to do. And that's when I also found out that I'm supposed to be the creator of possibilities, helping entrepreneurs really find that missing link, because so many entrepreneurs, they don't see what all is possible for them. And I know for myself, it was the same thing. I didn't really see what all is possible. I was going around, with those blinders on, didn't really see what is truly possible for me. And going through my own financial challenges, business challenges, that's when I had hit rock bottom. And that's when I really got the message from the divine, from my angels, that I'm supposed to help people really break free from their inner gremlins, from their challenges, the gremlins that sabotage their success. And that's when I was basically guided. I was being told I'm supposed to be the teacher of possibilities, but I changed to a creator of possibilities. I think it sounds better. But that's how I really got into the whole intuitive side, is because of my own challenges, my own struggles, and really getting hit by the universal baseball bat numerous times until I finally listened.
Yes, yes. Well, and that's the one thing that so many of us, whether we're entrepreneurs or not entrepreneurs, is we will get hit with this little knocking, this little knowing, this little sense. And if we ignore it, if we try to rationalize it, reason with it, then it seems to go away for a little bit. And then it comes back a little bit stronger. And eventually it's almost like we get sideswiped by a two by four. And then it's like, if we only would have paid attention to that soft whisper that was so
Yep.
gentle and loving. Yes, I
I still
understand.
have the bumps on my head.
Yes,
I was definitely
absolutely.
not listening.
Yes. And could you tell us a little bit? You mentioned the missing link that entrepreneurs that keeps them feeling overwhelmed, underpaid, struggling to get clients. Can you tell us a little bit on how does your intuitive abilities and how has your journey helped you find that missing link, and how do you help other entrepreneurs find their missing link?
I found out about that missing link when the coach that was working with about a little over a year, not about close to 2 years ago, he told me something that really struck me. And he said, it's not about the doing, it's about who you need to become. And at
Yeah.
first, it didn't really sink in. I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? I did really not know what he meant with that until I was really, thinking about it, and then it really hit me because at that point I had done so much to grow my business. I had written a book when it was part of BNI. I worked with coaches. I mean, you name it, I did it. I mean, I did all the systems, the strategies, webinars, lead generation, everything, but nothing was working. And when he mentioned that, because I was at a point where I was really frustrated, I couldn't get no clients. I was overwhelmed. I was really at a point like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And then really thinking about what he had told me, that's when it really hit me that, you know what, it's really about who I need to become, because internally I was not this successful person because I had self-doubt. I had those limiting beliefs. One of the coaches that I'd worked with early on said something that really stuck with me for a very long time and sabotaged anything that I was trying to do. She mentioned that, well, how can you coach business if you're not successful yet? And that was when I first rebranded to a business coach. And every time when I was trying to talk to a potential client, I had that voice in the back of my head. Well, you're not successful yet. So how can you help these people? How can you charge for what you do? And it was like, I was in that cycle. Every time when I was trying to talk to a client or potential client, it just kept coming up. And then energetically, I literally pushed them away. And then I really dove deep into the whole personal development to really figure out, okay, where do my inner gremlins come from? What is really holding me back? And realizing all of the lack mindset, the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, that was what was holding me back. Because at that point, I sure was doing a lot. And from the outside in, I looked like this hotshot coach. But then when you look behind the scenes, it's like, okay, I had barely any clients. I barely made any money. And it was really like pulling teeth. But from the outside, it really looked like I was this hotshot coach. So I really had to work on becoming that person, that entrepreneur that allows people to come to me, that allows success to appear in my life, that allows the money to flow. If I wouldn't have done that, I would still be at the point where I don't have any clients, where I do everything that I'm supposed to be doing and still not get the results. And realizing that it's really that mindset that determines everything. Because everything that you're doing in business, if you don't have the mindset, if your mindset is not in alignment with what you're trying to accomplish, not going to go into work. Any content that you're putting out there, any conversations that you're having, if your mindset is not in alignment with what you're trying to get out of that, you're not going to get the results. So that's when I really incorporate the mindset piece into my coaching, and it made a huge difference with myself, with my clients, because we all the entrepreneurs, we have those inner gremlins. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out, if you're already making 6 figures or even 7 figures, because you always have those inner gremlins that try to keep you from taking that next step. And even those very successful entrepreneurs, they have limiting beliefs like, oh, can I make it to that next step? So it's not just the new entrepreneur, but it's everyone has somewhat of an inner gremlin that keeps them, that sabotage their success. And so you have to break through that, excuse me, to get where you want to be. And you're always going to come up onto those barriers that try to keep you stuck. And just realizing that and working on your mindset has not just helped me, but just when I incorporate that into my business and with my clients, it made a huge difference, because then my clients can also work on their mindset to get to that next step, to get those clients, to make that extra income. So that's how it really happened for me. It was really just my coach kind of got that ball rolling just by telling me it's not about the doing, it's about who you need to become in order to become successful.
Exactly. And you were mentioning, have to do a mindset shift. You have to be able to really do a lot of the inner work. Can you tell us some of the essential keys that the individuals who are looking or who are listening to this, that helps you with achieving a great mindset to achieve that success? Do you have like takeaways that they can start taking away and doing right today?
Yeah, there are like the 5 steps that I always teach my clients, that I always talk about. And it starts with seeing and being open to the possibilities. Because nowadays with technology, I mean, there are unlimited possibilities, but you have to be open to it and you have to see them. Or actually the other way around, you have to see them and then be open to it. Because, what would you do if you know you could not fail? That's your possibilities right there. And from there, when you know, okay, this is what I would love to do, but you are right here, then you have to figure out, okay, what is standing in your way? What is holding you back to getting to those possibilities, to creating those possibilities for you? And that's really discovering your inner gremlins, figuring out what is holding you back. And that can be things from way in when you were a child, like your money is the money story that you have, the things that you keep telling yourself, the stories that you're stuck in, really getting clear on what is really holding you back today. And then the next step is getting rid of your inner gremlins. And there are so many different modalities that one can do. EFT is a great one. I have done a lot of EFT to get rid of my inner gremlins. And then now I'll also do Akashic Records, where I first of all figure out what is holding me back. Because with EFT, you kind of got to know what's holding you back. But with the Akashic Records, you can go into it deeper on a soul level to find out what actually is holding you back. And there's some other modalities that you can really do to really get rid of them. And then the fourth step is, now that you know what your inner gremlins are, it's then to decide, okay, how do you rather want to live your life? What do you want your perfect day, your perfect life to look like? And then the fifth step is make it happen. Have those daily routines in place, the daily modalities that you can really implement, like from meditation to journaling, gratitude, whatever it is that helps you stay on track to making that dream life that you want to create, that dream business, make it your reality. But it really goes back to, this is like, I always tell my clients, and everyone I talk to, mindset work is messy because you have to get crystal clear on what's holding you back. You have to be brutally honest with yourself on what is holding you back and really taking responsibility of whatever is happening in your life. It is basically your responsibility because you have made choices, maybe early on, that led you to where you're at today. And just being brutally honest with yourself and actually taking that responsibility, because no one puts a gun at your head and says, don't go out there and talk to clients. So if you don't have enough clients yet, you have made a choice, maybe a few months ago, maybe a couple of years ago, to not take the right type of actions. And realizing that and being okay with that, that's really the first step. And that's why I always say mindset work is messy, because you have to really take a deep dive into your past, what's holding you back, what has happened in your life, the failures, so-called failures, and all of those different things all have a piece to, what's holding you back today. So it affects you. Everything that happened in the past affects you today, and it's really getting clear on what is holding you back, what happened in the past, what are your limiting beliefs? And then once you really got clear on that, then you can really work on, or you can choose, because it's all a choice. You can choose to let those inner gremlins go. And maybe you're not at a point right now where you want to get rid of all of your inner gremlins, because they might still keep you safe somewhat. But it's a choice that you can make then. Once you know what's holding you back, you can then choose to either let it go or to keep holding on to it for a little while longer until you are ready to let it go. But these are really the 5 steps that I take myself, that I teach my clients to really, get rid of what's holding them back and create that life that they want.
Wow. Thank you, Kay. That's amazing. And, besides the mindset, obviously we have to do something aside from really finding out what's going on in our minds and how we're going to manage them or not manage them. Is there any other steps that individuals need to take in order to start creating a successful business?
Well, then it goes back to the actual doing part, because mindset work is, it's very vital. You have to work on your mindset, but then you also have to focus on the doing part. I always say success is 90% mindset, the inner work, and 10% taking action. So the next piece would be taking actions, having those right systems and strategies in place that will help you build a sustainable business model. So some of those systems could be lead generation, being visible, getting out there, having multiple streams of income, and multiple, offerings in place so you can really up level your business. Because if you're in a service industry like you and me, I mean, there's a limit to what we can do one-on-one with people. So if we have those different layers, those different price points, the passive income, multiple streams of income, then we get to serve people at a much larger level. And of course, for us, for the success, we can also take our business to the next level, because then we're not limited to just working with people one-on-one. But beside the mindset, really, you have to have those systems and strategies in place and really do the right kind of doing part, the right actions, the inspired actions that can really help you take your business to the next level.
So you first do 90% of the work is mindset training. Mm-hmm. You have the 5 steps that you cover in order to help individuals move through their mindset issues and to be able to start creating that on their business. And then the 10% is actually the doing activities that are lead generation, that are being able to bring people to you so that you can become more visible, mm-hmm. and so that other individuals can help you. Did I get that correct?
Yes, totally. Because one of the things is, I always say that success, it's an inside job, because you can do all the right things, but if you're not inside, if you're not, if you're not in alignment, then no matter what you're doing, it's not going to get you results. So success is really, you become successful from the inside out rather than the outside in. So the outside in is the doing part, but the inside work is really necessary in order to really create the business that you want, that is really in alignment with what you want to create for yourself, and also in alignment with, your soul's purpose.
Exactly. And do you have something that is inspirational that would help the audiences in order for them to really start, like, let's say some of the individuals are starting to work on their mindset, they're doing the heavy lifting, but they just need something to help them. Do you have an offering or a gift or something that will help these individuals with inspiration?
Yes, and thanks for asking that. I actually was hit with an intuitive nudge back in December to create 365 days of inspiration and motivation. So it's 365 days of motivational quotes that I received in my Akashic Records, basically a message from the universe. I am actually putting it into a book, which is going to be released very soon, but I actually have them as a daily email where if someone would like to get those emails, they not just get the quote, but they also get an action step that is in alignment with that quote, so they can really take action. Because it's one thing to read a motivational or inspirational quote, but it's a whole nother thing is when you actually take action on that. So my daily emails, it's at messagesofinspiration.com. So it's 365 emails. So every day you get an email with not just an inspirational quote for more joy, happiness, and success, but then also an action step that you can take based on that quote, so you can really go into action. Because my goal with those messages is really to inspire people, to really inspire them and motivate them to take action on their business, to get out there, to do what they want to do without being held back by the fears, by the overwhelm, and by their inner gremlins.
Wow. So that's messagesofinspiration.com. Mm-hmm. And individuals can get this incredible free inspirational gift that not only gives you a quote per day, but it'll also give you one action step that you can take that's easy to enact in your life, and you'll be able to stay happier, healthier, and wealthier. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Wow. Kay, this has been phenomenal. I mean, the time has gone by so quickly that it's hard to believe that we're coming to a close. Is there any last tips that you'd like to leave our audience with before we say our farewells?
The one thing I would like to leave them with is, really believe that anything is possible. I mean, really be open to the possibilities, because nowadays, I mean, there's so much that you can do. And just, sit down and really ask yourself, what would you do if you know you could not fail? And that's your possibility right there. Take action on it. Do whatever you need to do. If that's what you want to create for yourself, then go out there and do it. I mean, there's nothing that's not possible. And just, have that, believe in yourself that, that you can do it and that it's possible for you.
Wow. Thank you for that tip and for the other tips that you have given us. So I appreciate you being on the Wealthy Wednesday show.
No, thank you for having me. I definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm glad you had me come on.
Absolutely. And I'd like to thank my audience. You are the reason why I create these incredible shows every single week so that you can have inspiration, so that you can be able to move forward in your life, and so that you'll be able to start creating that legacy, whether your legacy is with you and your family or your legacy is something greater and global. If you're looking to really start breaking through some of your barriers, if you're looking to start accessing those inner gifts that might be hidden away inside of you, get a hold of me. I offer free discovery calls, and I will help you find what you're looking for when it comes to whether or not working with me is the right next step for you. You can get a hold of me and get on my calendar at chat, CHAT, with WITH, Luci, LUCI.com. That's chatwithluci.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified of each of the fabulous experts I get. And put your comments below so that I know what you would like to have on the next show, and also who you would like me to have as guests on the Wealthy Wednesday show. So until next time, abundant blessings. Thank you for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle. I am the Mystic Wealth Creator, a mentor for conscious women entrepreneurs, helping them create more freedom in their business through conscious wealth creation. I would love to extend to you a free gift. And all you need to do is go to my website at lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcmonagle.com to get your free gift. So until next time, abundant blessings.